The referee, Mr. Marcus McDonald, will now give his final instructions to both boxers.
Right, boys, I spoke to you both in this wrestling. You know what I expect. Act like professional at all times and obey my instructions. When I say break, I mean it. Watch your heads, both of you. Come here, come back here. That is your line, okay? Good luck to both of you. Let's touch gloves and go to work.
There's been a range of excellent domestic dust-ups this year. We've had pure drama with the Knockdown Festival provided by Jamie Moore and Michael Jones. Sheer guts shown just last week as Michael Hunter would not be denied against Isham Pickering. And maybe here we'll get an exhibition of box fighting skills with these two clever operators. Fascinating.
It's fascinating, although it's fairly obvious what each fighter's tactics are going to be. Napa is going to be working, going to be elusive, he's going to try to force power into making some mistakes. But all the ingredients, two styles which should blend well together.
The blue trunks, as always, of the 25-year-old Martin Power, looking to retain the British title that he clawed at the Elephant and Castle. A very contentious decision against Dale Robinson, but he's got it and he wants to keep it big time.
Well, although Napa will be looking to box his way, good right hand from Napa. Although he'll be looking to box his way to the title, you don't want to do it on the back foot if possible, because it's always more difficult to impress referees and judges on the back foot, so he'll want to command the centre of the ring and just try and draw some mistakes from Power. Good right hand back there from Power.
Both were excellent amateurs, but the powder puff punching of Ian Napa as a professional has caused him difficulties. Will it again tonight? Body shots from Power.
Let go. You start to wrestle, let's clean it up. Box.
Looking to get close, Napa. Does a lot of work there, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, he has good head movement. He's trying to get inside, obviously. He's outreached, so he doesn't want to do it on the outside. Just walked onto one there.
Good shots there from Napa, who realises this is a last chance, even at 27.
I think we saw Napa holding and hitting their referee, just not getting involved, just in a quiet word. Just wants the action to flow, but like an old man trick there.
Let go, says Marcus McDonald again to Ian Napa.
I think the main thing for Power, he mustn't become frustrated with the tactics of Napa. He must keep his cool. He is a little bit hot-headed. We saw that against Dale Robinson last time out, so keep his cool here.
That's better boxing there from Napa, although he has to take one.
Napa's jab's looking fairly sharp, just single jabs he's landing. I mean, fairly close opening round, maybe Napa just getting the better of things.
The third and fourth, because you'll see where he is then.
Johnny Eames,
right?
with Martin
Sit down
Power.
on your punches because you're getting underneath. You're falling into the trap of punching down like I told you not to. Right? Sit down on your punches.
Quite a stern talking to, even this early.
Yeah, Power found it difficult to find the target cleanly. Put a lot into the opening round, but Napa was just a little bit cuter. But an excellent start. Nothing in that round at all, hardly.
British Bantamweight Title, famous old belt on the line here. Ian Napa has challenged for a couple of titles before and come up short, but a lovely right hand there. He's really fired up for this, the Hackney Bantamweight.
He's throwing some decent looking body shots with the left hand, Napa, as well. A little bit of shoulder coming in there. Well, he obviously wants to do it on the front foot. That's fairly obvious. Just at times, Power, you just wonder, does he have the experience to back up the position he's in here as champion?
Runner-up in the ABAs a couple of times, Power, and Napa really shone as an England star, but it was felt light flyweight, really his division, and he's flitted around of late. Maybe this is where he feels most comfortable.
I would imagine Power's plan would be based around coming forward. So this has probably taken him out of his stride a little bit. He's been pushed back by Napa. He's the one who has to react to Napa's leads. Maybe not quite what was in his script. Most of those punches missed. Napa does the same.
Right hand just squeaking through again from Napa. If he can get into a rhythm, he has the talent. Whether he has the legs at 27, we'll find out.
Napa blocking the decent-looking right hand there from Power. Didn't block that one.
It's a fast start, as we expected. Both are well schooled, Jim.
Yeah, and Power gets some good advice in the corner to show a little feint before he goes to work. I've been preaching that for years. Get the other fella to make the first move, see where he's going. I tell you, this is going to be a difficult one to score. This is nip and tuck at the moment.
Tit for tat, good jabs from Napa. Believes he's got the beating of Power, doesn't think he's an exceptional champion, the Camden Town man.
Well, I think Power is still a work in progress. I mean, that's for sure. He's not the finished article, but I tell you, not a bad little fighter nevertheless. Napa's jab's a little bit cuter. Power not finding the range with his jab as yet.
Not really in his rhythm yet, Martin Power. Been a good start from Napa, encouraging.
Another close round, but again, just slightly favouring Napa.
Very warm welcome back, tantalisingly poised even this early. And a good round for Ian Napa.
Yeah, well, very close, but he seems just to be picking the cleaner shots. You can see his punches really finding the target, whereas Power's coming back with bursts of punches which are scuffing, not landing quite so cleanly. But two very close rounds.
Third round, black boots, red and black shorts of Ian Dappa Napa. He's from about a mile away in Hackney, even though he was booed on the way into the ring by the hundreds of Martin Power fans.
Power still looking just a little bit tense. He's going to be using up a lot of energy the way he's forced it. He's looking for hard punches maybe too early, when maybe just finding the target in the early rounds but would pay dividends. He wants to hurt Napa, he wants to discourage him. Maybe just wants to settle down, just find the target.
A bit jumpy, jerky from Power. Misses again. Napa looks like he's just starting to enjoy this, using his skills and movement.
Well, I think Power will be hoping, as this fight wears on and the pace slows, they'll be finding the target much more easily. He's struggling to pin Napa down at the moment and putting a lot of work into trying.
He did show a lot of grit, desire, stamina, Martin Power, against Dale Robinson. At times he was outboxed. Character not in question.
See Napa looking cute here, as though he thinks he's in command of what's going on. Power still the one having to force the workout.
Many critics thought this might have come just too late for Ian Napa, especially with his inactivity for so long, but talent-wise, maybe he's been every bit as good as Power.
Power's put out a lot of punches in this round, but Napa is blocking a lot, whereas when he comes back with the counters, it's obvious his punches are landing on target. Maybe accuracy is the problem at the moment for Martin Power.
Looks composed. Some control with Napa. Good defensive work coming up with clusters. Impressive so far.
And I think the fact that Power has been pushed back, he's still getting used to that. They must have imagined Power imposing himself on Napa and pushing him back. Don't expect that this is what they were thinking was about to take place.
Jab's been good, exhibiting razzle-dazzle, class, movement. Napa looking good.
Saturday, November the 26th is the date. It's Ricky Hatton against Carlos Mauser, a special event on Sky Box Office that Saturday night. And what we're seeing here tonight shows in boxing you can never be sure.
Absolutely. Martin Power 7-1 on to retain his title before this started. Ian Napa 4-1 against. And it's the Hackney man that's got into his groove, Jim, maybe that bit quicker.
Well, I thought that the first 3 rounds have been very close, but I've just nicked him to Napa, the cuter stuff. His punches obviously finding the target cleanly, but you would expect that Power maybe favoured down the second half of the fight. But for me, Power's the one who has to find some answers.
That's it. Napa has been prone to lazy spells, switching off in mental attitude, has been stopped in this very ring by Peter Culshaw and outboxed down that stretch by Jason Boone. Knows he's got to get it right for 12 rounds here, Jim.
Yeah, pacing this is important, but it's always easier to pace a fight if you're the one setting the pace. You're not reacting to what the other guy's doing. Power is having to force the punches out, force the work. He's doing much better in this round. This is the best round so far for Martin Power. He's getting the punches home now. He's settled down a little bit. There's not that kind of overly tense look about his work. This is better from Power.
Just pushed the challenger back there. Physically a strong bantamweight, Martin Power.
But I'm certain that Power and his corner are surprised at the way Napa is able to push him back so often.
Not afraid to take the fight to the champion. There's that defence again of Napa.
But there's big improvement in Power's work in this round. It's as though he's gotten used to the idea. It's a different fight from what he expected. It's physically harder than he expected, but he's knuckling down to it now.
Just beginning to exert some force, authority on Napa, but has to be careful of the shots. Marcus McDonald saying watch the heads. When he fought Dale Robinson last time out, there was a nasty clash, and Robinson was badly cut by Power's head.
I mean, that was a strange clash. When you saw it at normal speed, it didn't look so bad. I didn't spot it at the time. In slow motion, it looked outrageous. But I don't know if it was as intentional as slow motion made. A lot of good punches from Napa.
Right, followed by a left hook from Napa. I'll tell you what, if he could punch, if that knockout percentage was just that bit higher, he could have won a British title by now.
Yeah, because Power has come through those punches and getting his own off now.
Good action, staring each other out at the end of another good one.
Don't get silly, yeah? Don't get silly. Don't get thrown into stuff.
Brian Lawrence, new trainer.
Behind the jab, keep making him miss, yeah? He's not putting 1-2 straight down the middle. Yeah? Look at that punch, 1-2 straight down the middle.
Keep making him miss, he's saying in there. Was with the Kipps brothers.
Right, so fix up.
Ian Napa for a long time.
Deep breaths, come on, deep breaths.
Brian Lawrence been talking a big fight
They will keep
before
throwing
this.
punches at the head all the time. If his head's all over the place, hit that body to stop his head moving. All right? Then you hit the head. All right? Body head. jab, body, head, right? Let's go. Let's go.
Interesting, the tones in the two corners.
No, that was impressive advice again. Everything that Power's been told in the corner, common sense to me. See if he can carry it out.
Here's the 5th round, the 82nd of Martin Power's career, the 107th of Ian Napa. Napa only in his 16th fight in 7 years as a pro. Maybe that rested him good.
Well, he certainly looks strong, much stronger than we'd seen him before. But a little dip in the 4th round, and it's a bit early, so he'll want to get himself back and try and impose himself again in Power. It's too early in a fight to give away the initiative.
There's glimpses of Power trying to grind Napa down, but still being caught. So evenly balanced, Jim, already.
Well, I tell you, it's much better action than I expected. I expected Napa to try to be cagey, doing it in the back foot, using the ring, but not. He's standing his ground, staying in range. This really is good action. I expected it to be entertaining, but it's much more so than I expected.
Again, shoves Napa back. Power, been sparring with Matthew Marsh and Lee Beavis. Getting himself into tip-top shape. Plays a lot of football as well, Power. Never out of condition.
I think both men doing a fair bit of missing in this round.
Backing Napa up on the rope. That's maybe where Power will want him.
Well, in these rounds that are fairly difficult to score, if you're the man imposing himself, then that tends to sway the judges, and I think that's been the difference so far in this round. Power just pressing himself that little bit harder.
Napa concentrating again. Can't afford the lapses. Knows there may not be another crack ahead for him. But Jim, is he already doing better maybe than some felt he would?
Yeah, he's doing better, he's doing differently, but he's struggling a bit now to find the target. I don't think there's the same smoothness in Napa's boxing. Full credit, he's shown plenty of grit and determination trying to come forward, but not quite the same smoothness. I see things tilting towards Power at the moment.
For a breather, Mark. He needs that.
Very warm welcome back to the Champions Corner.
You're breaking him up around the body now. All right? Jab, walk in, hit the body. Hit the body.
Yep, I think Power just dug in a little bit extra in that round. Another close round. Every round's been so close, but I feel that Power has changed the pattern of things, which was important.
Another enthralling domestic fight. Can't take your eyes off it. Blue trunks of Martin Too Much Power calls himself. Only 7 inside the distance in his 17 wins. And Napa looking for win number 13. Never stopped anybody, remember. Has to go the long haul, seemingly time again.
Napa has started this round the way I would have expected him for the whole fight.
Time out.
Didn't spot anything there.
Call by Marcus McDonald.
Something outside the ring, obviously.
There's some just waiting for scenes to calm down outside the ring. Maybe a minor scuffle as Ian Napa takes a well-earned breather. Martin Power shaking his head. They just want to get on with things here. And this must be a difficult time for the two fighters. Just attempting to keep their composure, keep their thoughts.
Well, Marcus McDonald showing it that he's as sharp as the fighters there. I didn't spot anything, but he spotted the out-of-the-ring problem. Looks like we're back down to business again.
Thankfully, what happens in the ring continues, and it really is a good one. Martin Power just getting back into control of things after a slow start. Couldn't find his rhythm. What can Napa do to answer this?
See, this is clever stuff at the moment from Napa. He's claiming the centre of the ring, giving himself plenty of room to back off. When Power tries something, he's got room to back off and come back with the counters. This is clever stuff from Ian Napa. He's not been all that effective with his counters, but his thinking is clever. See, he's making Power stretch with the leads, stepping back in again with the counters. This is cute stuff.
Working the body there too, Ian Napa. Showing his maturity through the years, his experience that he picked up in the amateurs. Boxing well at times here.
Power was the first one to break off in that little exchange, which I wouldn't have expected. Power is the stronger as we expect. We thought he would be staying in there that bit longer. Napa boxing himself back into things at the moment.
Very competitive and close action. Three judges at ringside could be seeing it in different ways as Power puts a surge together.
But Napa, I think, is the one with the accuracy so far in this round. Power should be setting the pace. He's allowing the cuter boxer to set the pace. That is not what he's cornered by wanting. Not using his own assets. Standing off and boxing the boxer.
That's a good right hand, but it's the cute stylist Ian Napa who's rat-a-tat-tatting these punches home. Good defence from Napa tonight too.
Yeah, he's boxed. I mean, I thought last time out Napa really boxed well. I thought he won clearly. The referee didn't like it, but I wonder if they're liking what he's doing tonight. But I thought he got himself back into things. I thought his accuracy won him that round.
What do you do? You make him
In the last few seconds, but I thought Napa won that round.
Second half, and it is surely all to fight for. British Bantamweight Title, 8 stone 6 division, and two of our finer little operators giving a great display of skills, technique, and who will take the bull by the horns at this part of the fight.
Power is reaching again with these punches. He has to get his feet up a little bit closer to Napa. He can't reach against a counter puncher.
Trying to get hold of the middle of the ring, Power, but Napa not afraid to back him up with his own jab. He did lose last time to Mark Callahan, even though many thought Napa had won that. But isn't this display probably the best you've seen of Napa?
Yeah, without a doubt. There's much more grit in what he's doing tonight, which surprised me. I'm sure it surprised the Power corner.
Really feels focused again with the sport in Napa as Martin Power again tries to exert physical strength and his reach.
See, this is more like Power answering the attacks of Napa. A couple of times in the past he was backing off from them, but he's prepared to stand his ground. Well, this is what he must do. He must try to control the tempo here.
Digging his elbows in. Good defence there from the champion. It's been another high-octane British title fight. Good right hand from Napa, but bounces off the chin of Power.
And although Napa is fighting a fight which is not normal or natural to him, he doesn't look to be tiring yet. He's still well in this. They're both still looking fit and strong.
Been on the weight for 9 days. Ian Napa said he's fit as a fiddle and he knows the way to beat Power, and he's demonstrating in some of these rounds the way to unlock the champion. Great effort from the pair. Look at this.
See, the fact that Power is not a massive puncher keeps Napa in there. I mean, we know he hasn't ever scored a knockout. Oh, this is really good stuff.
Wonderful fight. Let's see how Mickey Camwell's got things. He's with Ed Robinson.
Well, Mickey, first of all, how are you scoring it?
I've got Martin Power edging it. You know, I'm not copying out. It's an R1 to score. It's nip and tuck. Both fighters, you know, Napa is trying to be the power man, where Power's trying to be the boxer. It's really interesting fight, but I've got Martin Power edging it.
Are you surprised that Napa's the one coming forward?
Very surprised, you know. I thought he might, went on the back foot a little bit, but give me his due. He's making a fight of it. He obviously wants to win the British title so badly, but it's a terrific fight. It's a great small hall fight.
Do you think maybe Power's underestimated Napa?
I don't think so, because Johnny Eames, he gets all his fights in the greatest shape ever. But it's such an exciting fight. But I said I've got Power edging it.
Thank you, Mickey.
He's right. It is nip and tuck, no doubt about it. Well, Johnny Eames, interestingly, gives marks for fear factor in training. He gave Dale Robertson last time 8 out of 10 for fear, and he gave Ian Napa only a 3. So maybe they did underestimate what Napa could do.
I don't know if they've underestimated it or they're just surprised at the tactics. I think they planned and prepared for a totally different fight. So Power is the one who has had to do all the adjusting. I think this is the fight that Napa has come into the ring and planned. So Power is the one adjusting and having to change everything.
Power did have to adjust last year. Thought he was going to fight Joseph Agpeko for the Commonwealth title. Was left with the tough Mongolian Shini Baya, and he adapted to that well. Can he deal now in what you would feel is his territory?
Yeah, well, Power is answering everything now. Napa still looking compact though. Chin down.
A growing intensity, round after round. Clean shots landing. And Marcus McDonald, bar the little timeout, has had to do very little here. Top trade fight.
Big burst of punching there for Power, but virtually nothing landed there.
There's the jab from Napa, who's made a mockery of this 5-inch reach deficit that he's had. That's been surprising.
Well, he's kept it close. He hasn't boxed at long range, which takes away the advantage. And his head movement has been so good, Power never able really to pin him down for any length of time.
Neither man down, neither man really badly hurt at any point yet. There's a swagger, an arrogant look on the face of Ian Napa. I think he feels he's boxing very well.
I don't think we'll ever see a more evenly matched pair. This is tremendous stuff.
These rounds have just been so very, very close and very difficult to score. Just a sigh from Ian Napa there as he flopped on the stool.
I mean, the last time I watched power boxing, I had him losing, but I said I wouldn't argue with the decision. Again, we see Napa with the cuter stuff, slipping a lot of power stuff, power still forcing the action. So difficult, so many rounds, really, you just pick the one you like, they're so close. Good time, I think, Adam, to have 3 judges.
Take your feet in and then one.
Richie Davis, John Keane, Ian John Lewis. I'm sure even though they have to score, will be enjoying this display of skills and heart and ring craft and good boxing quality like we all are. Will a tide turn?
Napa back to that cute stuff he was doing earlier, giving himself room to escape and still step back in with the counters.
See, good work from Power and then quick hands from Napa. It's been like that all the way through.
I think a lot of Power's problems, as I said earlier, he is a work in progress. There's still things he has to learn. His head was odd, bang for the right hand there. If Napa had been a puncher, he may have got a result from that one. Here it goes again.
Cracked against Power. 2 right hands from Napa. And a third, and Martin Power was hurt by that. And he may well go here in the 9th. Crisis time for Power. And Ian Napa driving the punches home. Oh my word!
Well, Napa obviously not a finisher, he's never scored a knockout, but he's kept cool here. He's kept cool. The referee's given Power a little bit of a respite there because Napa was pouring in with his head. But this is the first few seconds that anybody has dominated this, and it's Ian Napa doing the dominating.
Never stopped a single opponent, and he has hurt Martin Power, and there's a minute to go in the round. There's the right hand that's been doing the damage.
See, this is the lack of experience I've been talking about with Power. His head's too high, his boxing's too reckless, but once again, nothing wrong with his commitment. But he really should be tightening up at this stage.
Showing a good heart as Napa winks down to us at ringside. Back comes Martin Power. He picked himself up off the floor in the amateurs. He's got bottle. Real character. And what a round for Napa.
Well, I never believed I would see Ian Napa in such a good toe-to-toe battle as this. This is great stuff.
Terrific round, and Martin Power has weathered the vicious storm.
You over there? Are you over there? Yeah. Yeah, you sure? You sure? Yeah? You're over it. Move up. Out. Up. Out. Up. Out. All right? It happens. Shit happens in boxing, you get on with it, yeah? You got through there, now is it you with his best? All right? Is it you with his best?
What got him through that? Fitness? Napa's lack of punch power?
The big heart that we were saying, I mean, he was really caught cleanly bang on. That one landed a little bit high, but some of the others were bang on the chin, but he's looking straight back at Napa again. But he was badly shaken, so we can't say Napa doesn't have the power to get this job done. Obviously he has, but who has that round taken more out of, Napa or Power? We're about to find out.
The challenger may have used up steam. The champion was in the biggest spot of bother in a professional career that started in June 2001. He's over it now, thinks Johnny Eames, but he had to say that to Power. Is it true?
Well, on my card, Power had something to make up, and it's gone the other way. Lost another round, so on my card, becoming a real struggle for power.
Is the house fighter, he is the champion, but surely he's got to finish strong. Very, very vital rounds for Martin Power. Good job.
Well, Power just trying to pick his spots. He's not prepared for the intensity that we've seen from him in the past. So, has he shaken the effects psychologically as well as physically of the previous round?
Whatever happens, Ian Napa has boxed above all expectation after the layoff, especially coming off that controversial defeat last time. But can he last?
I mean, still Napa able to claim the centre of the ring. Totally different fight from the one I expected to be seeing. At a time when Power needs to raise things, needs to take the initiative a bit more. Not quite doing that.
Come on, Martin, says manager Frank Maloney. Needs the zip, the energy. Needs to deliver punches now late on.
Well, he must really be feeling the pace. We have to remember in the early rounds, Power was having to force the action out. Nothing was coming smoothly against the clever tactics of Napa. So you use up a lot of energy when it's not flowing.
Body shot there from Napa. The crowd cheer Power. Another electric atmosphere here and another cracker of a fight. They're just coming every week at the moment.
Good quality punching at this stage in the last minute here from Power. He's picking them well. Napa's reflex is not quite so quick in the last minute there.
Looks tired.
That was a quiet round. You need to go back and take charge of the rounds.
Have a look at that.
Yeah, you understand what I'm saying?
Rounds to go, right? You need to take
850
charge
thrown
already.
already.
Okay, don't follow him with
Napa the slight advantage, but there's nothing in it.
Not so many close rounds, particularly the early rounds. I mean, some of the later rounds, it's fairly obvious who's taking charge. But so many early ones, this could definitely go either way, and we couldn't really argue whichever way the judges see it. But again, I say, thankfully, we've got 3 judges. I have Napa 2 points up, 2 rounds to go. So on my card, Power has a fair bit of work.
Some people at ringside, I think, do have Power up. Maybe a draw is on the cards, 28-1 with the odds you'd have got on that. Last 6 minutes of what's been such a close, contested battle of skills, clean boxing, and desire too. Probably will come down to this now.
Yep, I mean, scoring in boxing doesn't always reflect the action. You can have a torrid fight that edges one round the same direction and it's a wide score, but I don't see that happening here. The way the action is swung from one fighter to the next, this has to be a close one.
Power just shaking that one off, trying to lull Napa in and come on strong. Needs to finish big, Power. Do the pair of them want this?
See, again, Power putting out the punches but not really finding the target. Napa has been so difficult to pin down all night long.
The ability of Ian Napa never ever in question, but getting it together for 12 rounds of a professional fight has been. And tonight, he's done ever so well.
And this is the pace at the moment which suits the boxer. Power, if he's got it in him, he has to raise the tempo, take charge again. But does he have it left to do that?
Just told off there for bundling Napa down. And of course, if one of them scored a knockdown, that would have a big, big effect. Napa's answering Power's power.
And his defensive and evasive boxing is still so good. Power throwing so many punches but not finding the target.
Just backing off Power. Both must be so very, very tired.
Well, Power must know to use his physical advantages. He's the one who should be coming forward. And too often in this fight, hasn't managed to do that.
All right, keep your hands up. You want to try? All right.
Well, both corners agree with us. This is close, Adam.
10 seconds.
And they're really reading the riot actor Martin Power, who's slow off his stool. Napa's quick up, ready to go. Huge respect. They touch gloves for the final round of a very, very fine British Bantamweight title fight. The great champions of old will be looking down and proud of what these two men, Jim, have put into this.
Yeah, this is a tremendous battle. It's not a star-studded division. These two are definitely the best in that division. So already we can see whichever way this goes, I think we could stand watching this again.
Has Napa just looked like the winner in some of those close rounds? There's a smile on his face. Power must know he's got to dig this out.
Good left hook from Napa.
Again, it is Napa who is shaking Power just like he did in the ninth. Body shot too. What a finish. What a performance this has been from Dappa Napa as the two go toe-to-toe in an absolute ringing round. Jim, I thought last week we had the domestic fight of the year. This is another contender.
Yeah, I think it's wonderful. I mean, British title at stake, and you can see how much both of these young kids want this. Tremendous action every round, round after round. Power still forcing the punches out, pumping them out.
Power lands cleanly. Is there a final twist in the tail here? Late on, just over a minute to go. And Napa now having to ship some heavy shots. It has been mesmeric, this. And Martin Power gets a couple in, but Napa, his courage, strength and commitment.
Well, that was a tremendous right hand from Power, which at this late stage in such a hard fight could have had an effect on Mark Harvey, could have done with a knockdown. It didn't happen, but he's finishing so well, Martin Power.
30 seconds to go. Round of the fight as Martin Power tries to put it out to retain his Lonsdale belt, and Napa, who's been dreaming of this moment, fights to the very, very end. Remember, the referee will not decide the winner. This will go to the three judges, and the applause at the Yorkville Bethnal Green. Well, just listen. A classic battle for a classic title. Jim, have we a new champion?
Well, on my card we have a new champion. I hope Martin Power doesn't think I have things in for him, something in for him, because every time it's a close fight, I seem to see it against him. But you can see, look at the stats, how close, one punch of a difference. Unbelievable. But you can see again, Napa didn't waste so many. In the early stage, Power was pumping the punches out, which weren't landing. But I said it the last time I worked on a Power fight, if it goes the other way, I will not complain. That's how I see it. 2 points to Ian Napa, but if the judges see it the opposite, I'll hold my hand up and say fair enough, because it's definitely one of those fights does not deserve a loser. So many close fights, so difficult to score.
Both camps will feel their man has done enough. How do you split some of these?
Well, the first round was probably one of the toughest to score, but this was to set the pattern for the fight. Every attack from one fighter was answered immediately from the other. The intensity in every round, no one stopped for a breather. And there was only one dominating round, and Ian Napa was the one who scored that round when he looked on the bears maybe of at least scoring a knockdown. And here we see it here. Power looked at that point to be 1 point away from defeat, but he dug in as he always does, and again the action just picked up the same as it's been all the way through. Fantastic battle for the British Bantamweight Championship.
What a finish. Grueling, compelling, all the way. Let's see who's got it.
Ladies and gentlemen, before I read the result out of this contest, I'm sure you'll all agree one thing. The winner tonight, regardless of who lifts the belt, was boxing. That was an absolutely tremendous contest, and please show your appreciation to both boxers. Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the judges' scorecard, where we have a split decision. Judge Richie Davis scores the contest 116 to 113 in favour of Powers. Judge John Keane scores the contest 116 to 113 in favour of Napa. Judge Ian John Lewis scores the contest 116 to 113 in favour of the winner, and still the British Bantamweight Champion, Martin Power.
Martin Power retains the British title in an absolute humdinger that split the judges. And Jim, rematch, we'd love to see it.
Yeah, well, there are no other fights in this division domestically, so if Martin wants to chase the Lonsdale belt, but what a fantastic rematch. I said I wouldn't argue with the decision. I'm not going to, because you cannot grudge anything this little man here achieves in the boxing ring, because he gives 100% of what he's got. Look how close.
Richie Davis one way, John Keane the other, Ian John Lewis the other. I think you could do that with every boxing journalist at ringside. What Mike Goodall maybe was right. The winner boxing tonight.
Yep, boxing was the winner. Congratulations once again, young Martin Power put every last ounce of his soul into a performance, and he's come out on top again. Congratulations, enjoy your success.